So today we are going to start with my presentations again in regarding to Qigong. And I realized that it's really important for us to know the what and the why. Because when we know the what exactly are we doing in regarding to Qigong and regarding to meditations and regarding to tapping? When we know the what and we know why we are doing it, the how becomes so easy. Because many time we always say, yeah, I know, I must do meditation. I know I need to stop going through YouTubes or TikToks or other thing. But then we just couldn't stop it because I lost control. But then today in tapping, in meditations and Qigong, we are going to regain the power back. And it's a Wednesday evening. And I want to start off with stress. We are all stressed. As long as we're living in this century, we are stressed. Now, a lot of us are stressed because of work, because of financial, because of relationship, because we do not know what is our purpose. When we are stressed, we start to narrow focus. We can't really think anything greater than what we can handle. So we could become very narrow focused. So the question is, can you control your thinking? And can you control your inner feeling in order to gain control? And again, we always say awareness is the first step. Now, a lot of us, we are stressed about our relationship. We are stressed about financial. We are stressed about our boss, our email, our work, a lot of other things. But our nervous system is still very ancient. When the nervous system feel that you are stressed, they could not differentiate if that is a stress from your email, stress from your boss, stress from your in-law, stress from your spouse, stress from your kids, or the stress of a lion or a tiger chasing after you, because our nervous system is very ancient. Now, what is the difference? 1,000 years ago, if we were chased after by a lion, we will have three reactions. Our nervous system was like, okay, a lion is chasing after me, so I need to run. And if I know that I can't outrun the lion, I need to fight. And I know that I can't fight. So what happened is the worst is we start to hide. And that is called the freeze response. And in the 21st century, a lot of people talking about the inner child healing, a lot of people talking about trauma. And a trauma is not what happened to you. A trauma is an experience. Something happened in the past. At that moment, your brain freeze. For example, when you were 4 years old, when your older brother hit you, you know that I can run because he can catch up with me. And you know that I can fight because he's bigger than I am. And then you try to hide. So at that time, when you hide, you have a lot of emotions. You have a lot of emotions. You were scared. And that at that period of time, your brain take a snapshot of that event, of that experience, a lot of emotions of fear, anger. And that is called trauma. So a lot of people are still tortured by that experience. So nowadays, what happened to all of us? There's no lion chasing after us. But we were living in stress because we were living in stress about the economy, about what happened in America, about your job, your coworker, your email. Now imagine in the past when a lion, a tiger is chasing after you, at least you can freaking run away. But now if you're in your workplace and you have any reactions to your boss, to your nervous system, it's like, God, my boss is a lion, my coworker is a tiger, and my email is the bear, and you were scared. So when you were scared, your heart is beating really fast and you cannot run away. So now what? Your body is, I need to run away, but you can't because you're in a meeting. You have to entertain your boss. You have to entertain the coworker you do not like, or even at a Thanksgiving dinner. You have to entertain the family that you do not like. You know what? We always have the special uncle and aunts, right? Now what? Now your heart start to beat really fast. And that is what we call by incoherence. And many times when something happened to you, your brain start to firing like a thunderstorm. Because I need to do this. I need to do that. Okay, what happened if that happened? I need to do this. I need to have a plan A, plan B, plan C. Our brain is just thinking a lot. And that is incoherence in your brain, plus incoherence in your heart. And you wonder why a lot of people nowadays have heart disease. And your brain start having this chit chat. Everything is happening in your brain. And when you were living in stress, guess what happened in your body? What is happening in your body? Your brain is firing like thunderstorm. Your heart is going crazy, like having a heart attack, but you cannot run away. And then your body is creating a lot of hormone. It's called the hormone of stress. And once that hormone is released in your body, and we call it cortisol, it impacts your heart. It impacts your sugar level in the body. It impacts your abdomen. A lot of people, especially kids, they always say, I have a stomach ache. I have a stomach ache. And if the kids are not having diarrhea because of food poisoning, it's not having a constipation because they did not drink enough water, then you know what? When someone say, I have something in my abdomen, it means that there's something deeper than that. What happened to the child in the last few months? A lot of people come to my office and say that I have a chest pain. I have a chest pain. When I do the blood pressure, when I take the pulse, everything was good. But when I take the 5 minutes and ask them, tell me what happened in your life in the last few months. Most people reaction is nothing, life is just busy. And then if we are really treating another human being, we take another 2 minutes and look at them and say, no, tell me what happened. And then people will tell you. I have so many incidents where people come into my office and say that, can you take my blood pressure? Because I can feel my heart is beating really fast. My blood pressure is going up. I'm feeling dizzy. When you ask them, what happened? They'll say, oh, it's a change of medication. Oh, okay. As a nurse, yeah, a change of medications will do that. But then if we take 2 minutes and ask them, why is there a change of medication? What happened in your life recently? Now they start going deeper and say, I have been really stressed. Stress from my child, stress from work. And then you go deeper. Oh, because I don't want to feel incompetent. I don't want to feel I'm not good enough. So there's layers. As a human being, we need to take that 5 minutes and ask people, what is happening in your life in the last few months? So that is what we have to do. Now, when you were in stress, when your hormone of stress is flooding your whole body, you cannot think properly. And now what you were thinking is you focus on your body. Am I safe? Is the lion and tiger going to eat me up? Is my body safe? Oh, my body is safe. Good. Then you're going to focus on who is the predator? Who is going to eat me up? Who is the bad person? And you always focus on the bad person. And that's why you don't believe people. And then time is really important to you. Time is very critical because you always have to time it. Can I outrun the lion? Can I outrun the tiger? Can I get from here to the house to the shelter in the shortest time? So you're always focused in three things: your body, the environment, who are the bad people, and the time. How long does it take for me to feel safe? So you're always focused on that. And that's why whenever you say, you hear from people saying that, I'm so overwhelmed, I don't know what to do. You know that they were stressed right away. Just by listening to what people say, you can tell nowadays. And when you talk to people, when your gut feeling say, this person is a little bit weird, they don't really trust you, then you know that they're living in the hormone of stress. Because it could be they got betrayed before. They have trauma before. And to be honest, we all have trauma. We all have trauma. We all have to experience that when people put us down, when people hurt us. So when you are in the hormone of stress, you're having a thunderstorm in your brain and your heart is beating like crazy. And you can feel your heart beat like crazy. Now what? Now you're starting having the sign of panic attack in your body. You have all these symptoms. I feel nauseous. I feel tingling. I'm shaky. I have a headache. I'm hyperventilated. So all these symptoms, your body is reacting to the stress of hormone because your whole body is not in coherence. And so last week we talked about we are all energy. We are all made of atom. When you put atom together, it creates cell. When cell put in together, it creates tissue. When tissue put in together, it creates an organ. And then when you put organ together, now we are human. A human with a lot of organs and cell. We have 30 trillion cells in our body. And the cell are energy. They vibrate constantly 24/7. Now, when you're in panic mode, when you're in the hormone of stress, your energy is going crazy, out of whack. It's not in coherence. So what does that mean? What that means is when a woman tell me that I have been in this transformation, in this meditation, in this tapping, in this all these things for 10, 20 years, hypnosis, you name it, in healing, but I'm not healed yet. I haven't manifested the money I want yet. I haven't manifested the soulmate I wanted. I don't know why I always encounter narcissists. I don't know why I always feel that I'm not good enough. I have a lot of shame. I have a lot of guilt. Well, you know why? Because your brain and your heart and your body is going out of whack. So a lot of us are sick in here with bandages. And then our heart is beating like crazy. It's not in coherence. It's not regular. What we call is regular in the medical field. So how do I get to the other side where my brain is incoherent? My heart is incoherent. How? And when we are not, guess what? As I say, we are very narrow focus. We only focus on who is the bad person, who is the bad person, who is the bad person. We put binders and we lost the perceptions of our eye. So now we need to create a brain and heart coherence. When your brain is in order, when your heart is beating regular in order, you really send out a really strong magnetic field. So your brain said, I want money, I want 10 million, I want a soulmate, I want this, I want that. Sure, you send this out to the universe, but then your heart is the one who will extract it to you. But if your heart is not in coherence, your heart is beating like crazy, the magnet is not strong. Nothing come to you. Nothing come to you. So over the years, I always question, why are these people doing this for 20 years and it's still not working? Is this transformation, this Qigong, this tapping, this hypnosis, this healing real? Or are they a scam? It is real. It's just that we did not put them completely in a package for us to understand in our common language. We thought that it's only good for those special people, the yogi. No, now science proves that every single person can do it when you know the what and the why. So in 1940s, they did a research, Yale University. They did a research on all the mammals ate. They did the research on the egg, and they realized that in an egg, the positive charge is always on the top. The negative charge is always in the bottom, in every egg. And what does that mean? That means that it implies to us as a human too. We have a brain, our head is always positive charge. Our body is always negative charge. Now, and we learned that in grade 5. It's magnet. We have a magnetic field. We just can't see it. If you put a magnet on the metal feeling, the metal feeling will attract to the north and to the south. We can't see on our naked eye. So it means that I have a magnetic field and you do too. So the quickest and efficient way to make sure that we get back in balance is by meditation. The easiest way. And for me, I like to use Qigong meditations because first I want to bring my brainwave down. When my brainwave come down, I can work on my heart. Last week, we worked on opening your heart, right? We have to slowly open our heart. When we open our heart, now we become magnetic. Now, and we talked about the pineal gland. It's in the back of your head. So I want you to really understand this pineal gland. As we talked in the last 2 weeks, pineal gland has a very important function. It releases melatonin. So when you close your eye, you're telling your body that it's dark now. So now you have to create melatonin. When the body creates melatonin, that is the hormone. And that melatonin is where you actually do your healing. The body will say, oh, you injure here, so let me go and fix here. Now we need to grow. It is a hormone for repair and regeneration. So now remember, it's in the back of your head because we're going to do an exercise regarding to that. When we do this exercise, we can bring our body back into balance. You know, a lot of us, we have a problem because most of us, our energy are stuck. How does our energy get stuck? Because we always think about negative thought. We always think about negative thought. We were stressed. When you have one thought, when you were stressed, you release thousands of chemicals into the body. You release thousands of chemicals into the body. We have 60 to 70,000 thoughts a day. And how many thoughts are positive? Most of the time, it is negative because we inherit from our ancestor. So, and in the yogi, they talk about the chakra. And so today I want to bring science into this chakra thing because a lot of people think that this is a junk, a spiritual junk. So now science have proved that these are actually energy center. Most of our energy are stuck in the lower 3 chakra. The first chakra is your reproductive system. So people have sex, people need to reproduce human. But in this 21st century, we don't need to keep reproduce kids. So now I don't need to keep having kids. I don't need to keep having sex. Now the energy will go up. It will go up to your second chakra, which is about 2 fingers down your navel. In this chakra, that is a chakra for digestions, for your abdominal. Now, if you eat something, you need energy. You need energy to digest them. Eating food consume energy. So when you're not eating, the body say, oh, I don't need a lot of energy on my abdominal and my kidney and other things. So the energy will go up to the solar plexus or the third chakra. When you go to the third chakra, that is our emotional center where you feel the shame, the guilt, I'm not good enough. When you feel the unworthiness, and when you feel the competition, the jealousy, everything is in here. Now, so what happened is when you have one bad thought and all the energy goes stuck into the body, it goes stuck in the body. So your body become very negative. It's positive, and one thought of negative go to the body. So your body become negative. Another thought of negative, it go back to the body. And then it become more negative. So now you are becoming more and more negative. So now you wonder why bad things happen to you. Because your negative in your body is become very strong. So now what do we have to do? The one exercise we're going to do today is, I don't want to have stuck energy anymore. I want to be in balance. So today we're going to move the negative charges from your abdominal, from the bottom 3 chakra, and push it all the way up, all the way up to your pineal gland, all the way up to your pineal gland to rebalance the charges. So whenever you're ready, I want you to do it with me. So I will explain that. First, we close our eye if you feel safe to do so. Take a slow, deep breath. As when you are taking a slow, deep breath, you squeeze your bottom. You squeeze your bottom. Okay. So a lot of women, we do Kegel exercise, right? So you squeeze, and for men, it's just like you hold your urine. It's just like you hold your urine. You want to pee, but then you have to hold it. Okay, so let's do 5 times today. 1, 2, 3. Whenever you're ready, close your eye. Take a deep breath. As you were taking a deep breath, you squeeze. You squeeze doing the Kegel exercise. Squeeze. Squeeze and push the energy all the way up, and it go all the way up to your lower abdominal, and it go up to the upper abdominal, and it go all the way up to your heart. Squeeze, keep breathing in, and then direct the energy all the way up to the pineal gland, and then release. Let's do that one more time. Take a slow, deep breath and squeeze all the way up to the lower abdominal, and then to the upper abdominal. Go all the way up to your heart and all the way up to the pineal gland, and breathe. Breathe out. One more time. Take a slow, deep breath. Squeeze, and go all the way up to lower abdominal, upper abdominal, all the way up to your heart, and all the way up to the pineal gland, and breathe out. One more time. Take a slow, deep breath and squeeze, and go all the way up to the lower abdominal, all the way up to the upper abdominal, to the heart center, all the way up to the pineal gland, and breathe out. One last time. A slow, deep breath. And squeeze all the way up to the abdominal, upper abdominal, all the way up to your heart, all the way up to the pineal gland, and breathe out. You know what? I recommend you, whenever something happened to you and you feel like, oh, today, I don't know, I feel something in my heart, in my abdominal, in my back, I recommend you to do this exercise, because whenever you don't feel very good in your body, it means that the energy is stuck. And when you do this exercise, you move your energy. You move your energy from the negative all the way up to the positive. Because once it go up to the brain, it go to positive. And when it go to the pineal gland, you activate this pineal gland, and that is when healing starts. So when healing starts, and the pineal gland is also called the third eye, it's the inner knowing. And there you open up, you become having more awareness, you open up space. And there is a machine called BioWell where they can scan your body. And this is an exercise, this is an example. When a person first came to meditation, they scan their body. They say, oh, your energy level is out of space. It's not in a line. It's not coherent. So after they do this meditation, Qigong meditation retreat, after 3 days, they do another scan on the person again, it is aligned. So that is the power of meditation. That is the power of lower your brainwave and make sure that your heart is in coherence. And that is when you send out a big magnetic wave to the universe and attract whatever you want. All right, so I will end here and give it to Hannah.
Oh, okay. Thank you, C. Hang on a second. I have to find my to share something. So sorry about that. Okay. So welcome, friends. Whether you're joining us from C's Healing Qigong community or from my coaching space at Path to Impact Coaching, I'm so grateful you're here. This is a space to breathe, feel, and come home to what matters. Today, we're anchoring into a poem called Wage Peace by Judith Hill. She wrote it in the raw aftermath of 9/11, when the smoke was still rising and the grief was fresh. She offered this poem not as a solution, but as a soul-level invitation to choose presence over panic, to lead with tenderness, and to resist the pull of despair by embodying peace in motion. Today, in 2025, her words land like a prophecy, because we're not just grieving anymore, we're witnessing democracy unravel. We're watching Trump openly usher in fascism, and I'm not saying that word lightly. If you look at the fact that right now, immigrant families in the US are being hunted, rounded up, and disappeared. Climate protections are gutted, and the environment is being sacrificed for corporate greed. Books are banned, teachers are censored, journalists are threatened, surveillance expands, and protesters are targeted. The First Amendment is under siege. Science, truth, and resilience itself are being rewritten or erased. We're not imagining this. We are in the midst of what Naomi Klein calls end-time fascism, a hollowing out of care, of rights, and of reality itself. And if you felt despair lately, rage and grief and collapse, you're not alone. You are awake. So why wage peace? Because peace in times like this is not polite. It's not passive. It's revolutionary. Peace now is protest. Peace is refusal. Peace is saying, you will not have my nervous system. You will not have my joy. You will not make me numb. This is a ritual of reckoning and of remembering. Feel your feet. Breathe into the fire. Let it clarify you, not consume you. We begin here. So often we associate peace with stillness, but peace isn't passive. It's a stance, a sacred no. We live in a world under a strategic coordinated attack. Systems that protect people from clean air to civil rights are unraveling. This isn't politics. This is survival. This is choosing to stay fully human in a world pushing us towards obedience, exhaustion, and fear. Breathe in the firemen and the rubble. Breathe out whole buildings and flocks of red-winged blackbirds. Those are lines from that poem. So we breathe, not as an escape, but as a declaration. I'm still here, and I still choose love over domination. Let your body hear it. We do not abandon ourselves, not now. There was a day back in 2020 when I sat with my journal staring at the phrase, I have to make a difference. It's a sentence that once gave me purpose, but in that moment, it felt like a prison. I had been operating under the belief that if I wasn't actively fixing something, I wasn't doing enough. That my value came from usefulness, that rest was indulgent, that softness was laziness. It wasn't until I truly paused that I realized how loud that shame had become. The belief that I wasn't enough if I wasn't exhausted. That day, I wrote a new sentence in my journal. What if my presence is the difference? And suddenly I could breathe again. I walked outside, admired the flowers in my mom's garden, and let the wind remind me I don't have to be everything. I just have to be here. In tapping round 1, we're releasing the perfection loop. We'll be doing 3 tapping rounds in total to gently shift this pattern. So if you're new to tapping, also called emotional freedom technique or EFT, it's a science-backed method that helps calm the nervous system and release stuck emotional patterns. We'll use 8 points: the eyebrow, the side of the eye, under the nose, the chin, the collarbone, under your arm, and the top of your head. Tap gently with your fingertips and repeat after me. In round 1, we're letting go of the concept of earned worth. So eyebrow point. Even though I've tied my worth to my work, side of the eye, I believe that I had to fix the world to matter. Under the eye, I honor how deeply I care. Under the nose, and I give myself permission to rest. The chin, I'm not responsible for everything. Collarbone, I lead with presence, not pressure. Under your arm, I release the story that love must be earned through service. Top of your head, I'm already enough. Once again, the eyebrow point, it's safe to slow down. Side of the eye, my peace is not selfish. Under the eye, it's the soil where impact grows. Under the nose, I breathe out guilt. Chin, I breathe in grace. Collarbone, I honor my limits. Under the arm, I honor my longing. And top of your head, I'm worthy of peace. Even now, I choose peace. Let's slow down for a moment. Notice what you're feeling right now. Maybe it's tension or numbness or sadness or relief. Now say, this feeling wants me to know that maybe it wants safety. Maybe it wants to stop being the strong one. Maybe it wants to be loved without trying so hard. Let this feeling speak, then thank it for surviving with you. One of my friends, a brilliant climate advocate, came to me saying, I think I need to quit. She felt ashamed, like burnout meant failure, like wanting peace made her a flake. But as we explored, it wasn't that she wanted to quit. She just wanted to stop abandoning herself. We discovered her resistance pattern, the procrastinator archetype hiding in plain sight. She kept denying self-care, saying, I'll rest when this project is done. But the projects never stopped. We used values clarification to name what mattered to her. We named the grief she'd been skipping over. We honored her desire to love the planet without hating herself. She started saying no, and something radical happened. She became a better leader, a present one who danced again, one who laughed. She said, I stopped trying to save the world and started loving it again. Ready for round 2 of tapping? Okay, so in round 2, we are shifting the inner martyr. So often people, just become the kind of person who says, I have to do everything. So this is what we're trying to release here. So eyebrow point. Even though I've equated peace with quitting, Side of the I believe burnout is the price of purpose. Under the I've given too much of myself. Under the nose, I'm allowed to reclaim what I need. Chin, I'm not the emergency. Collarbone, I'm allowed to rest. Under the arm, I release the belief that peace is weakness. Top of your head, I choose power with peace. Eyebrow point again, my nervous system matters. Side of the eye, my joy matters. Under the eye, I lead from fullness, not depletion. Under your nose, I choose sustainability over self-sacrifice. Chin, I give up the gold stars. Collarbone, I embrace my inner sanctuary. Under the arm, I can be the calm in the storm. Top of your head, I wage peace in how I live. Take another deep breath. And by the way, you guys are doing great. And this is an NLP technique, Cartesian coordinates. You can ask yourself, number one, what will happen if I bring more peace into my work? Second question, what will not happen if I allow peace? Third question, what will happen if I don't let peace in? And the final question, this one always confuses me. What will not happen if I keep resisting peace? Let the answer surprise you. Resistance is rarely logical. It's an inner protector trying to keep you safe. Listen without judgment or shaming. So we'll try to do the final round of tapping. This is in tapping round 3, we're claiming our inner peacemaker. So eyebrow point, I'm allowed to be soft. Side of the eye, I'm allowed to be strong. Under the eye, I'm the peacemaker I've been waiting for. Under your nose, I can be fierce and gentle. Chin, I am a sanctuary. Collarbone, I radiate calm leadership. Under your arm, I breathe with the earth. Top of your head, I wage peace with my presence. Once more to the eyebrow, I no longer abandon myself. Side of the eye, I no longer confuse burnout with bravery. Under the eye, I'm the breath between battles. Under your nose, the prayer behind the protest. Chin, the pause that changes everything. Collarbone, I am rooted, I am ready, and I am real. Under your arm, I lead with love. And top of your head, I begin again. Even now, I choose peace. Try these journaling prompts. Where have I been waiting for peace to come after something else? What would it mean to let peace in now? And what if peace is not the reward, but the rebellion? Let your pen be the protest. Let it tell the truth. You can place one hand over your heart and one on your belly. Inhale slowly through your nose and exhale through your mouth. Let your hands rise and fall with your breath. Now whisper, I belong here. I belong in my body. Peace lives in me. Let it echo like a spell, a promise, a homecoming. You can also try repeating this affirmation throughout your day. I wage peace from the inside out. Say it in traffic. Say it in your inbox. Say it when you're troubled. And say it now. I wage peace from the inside out. If this talk stirred something in you, a sigh or a tear or a memory, or even a rebellion, don't rush past it. Instead, take one small action. You can share this video with someone you love, or write your own line, wage peace by, fill in your way of waging peace. Let your next decision be made from peace and not from fear. And you can also take one civic step. Support local journalism and educators defending the truth. Call or write your representative about protecting your voting rights, free speech, and climate policy. Join or donate to aligned organizations like Democracy Now!, ACLU, 350.org. I'll give you some more links in the description below. And if you need weekly grounding practices to keep your heart open while the world shakes, join C for powerful mind-body rituals. And you can also follow me at pathtoimpactcoaching.com. Wage peace with your listening. Wage peace with your courage. Wage peace with the breath you take before speaking truth. Because peace isn't passive. Peace is activism. Peace is nervous system strategy. Peace is leadership. And you are already leading, not because you do everything, but because you breathe and you choose and you stay. You are sacred. You are resilient, and you're a breath for a better world. Thank you for being here, and thank you for being you.
Thank you, Hannah. That was a good, relaxing exercise.
Thank you, C. And thank you, everybody, for being here. We really, really appreciate it. Thank you.
I will see you guys next week.
Okay, thank you.
Bye.